eSkaters, today we're going to be doing the Exway Flex ER review. It's an updated version of the original Exway Flex, which is also still available, so you can check out my review of that one just here and compare the two of them. I won't be going through all of the specs of the original here, however I will be going through some of the key differences between the Flex and the new Flex ER throughout this video. I have the Flex ER belt version, however you can also get it with hub motors if that's more your style. The major differences between the two is that hub motors are much quieter and require less maintenance, while the belt drives, well, they're more powerful and have more options for wheel customizations. The Exway Flex ER is for e-skaters who commute to work or school and need an electric skateboard that is agile enough to make sharp turns while maintaining stability at high speeds. The ER in its name stands for extended range, so this iteration of the Flex lends itself to riders who may have longer than average distances they need to travel in order to get to their destination. In the box you get the board, a remote control, a board charger, a USB-C cable, hex keys, spare bolts, a wristband, stickers, user manuals, and a letter from the company. The most prominent difference between the original Flex and the new ER is the size of the battery. This Flex ER has a 314 watt-hour battery, which is 60% bigger than that of the original Flex, and that directly translates to a 60% increase in range of up to 20 miles or 45 kilometers. Interestingly, the Flex ER is running dual 1000 watt belt drive motors, which is a downgrade from the 2x1500 watt motors that were on the original version. Now, despite this, the Exway Flex ER still has a higher top speed of 28 miles per hour, which is 45 kilometers per hour. And all of this is controlled by a Hobbywing ESC and remote control. The remote is the same remote Exway have been using for a long time now, and I'm glad it is because I wouldn't change a thing on it. It has a small screen that displays the essentials at a glance, like the current speed, battery levels for the remote and the board, and the speed mode you're in. They keep the remote simple because they also have the Exway app that could be used for more advanced customizations and details. And this is where Exway really set themselves from the competition. Their app is quite powerful and very useful. I often find myself tinkering around in there, customizing the board's performance specs to suit my personal riding style. The app is so feature rich that I have a whole video dedicated to it, which goes into detail about every feature on the app. So definitely check that one out because I think it's one of the best reasons to buy an Exway electric skateboard. The deck, as the name suggests, is super flexy. Made of a composite of bamboo, maple, and fiberglass, it is able to provide flexibility that helps to absorb the vibrations, cracks, and bumps in the road while ensuring durability in the long run. It has a deep concave shape with flared edges in the areas where you place your feet, which helps you to control the skateboard and makes turning really easy. To further increase comfort, it has shock absorbent grip tape, which is almost a must-have on electric skateboards these days. The Flex ER also has bash guards fitted to the nose and the tail as stock, which I think is a great added piece of value. These protect the deck from scrapes and dents that usually occur when you're carrying the board and resting it on its end, or if you happen to come off the board and it goes flying into a curb or a fence. It's just that extra safeguard against damaging your deck. The Flex ER is fitted with Exway's famous 8-inch 45-degree reverse kingpin twist trucks, and they're some of my favorite eSkate trucks. They've consistently proven to be reliable, durable, agile, and stable. The wheels on the Flex ER are 85mm 76A polyurethane street wheels with a 56mm contact area. They are very squishy and have a lot of grip on the roads. Due to the nature of this channel, I get a lot of electric skateboards which all take up space in my shed, so I have to constantly be getting rid of some e-boards in order to make room for more. However, there's one and only one electric skateboard that I've kept since the beginning, and that is the original Exway Flex. The Exway Flex and the Flex ER are very similar e-boards when it comes to how they ride, so it's really no surprise that I really enjoyed riding the ER. When you first step on the board, you'll notice that the size of the flares, they're really noticeable. They really let you know that they are there, and once you get acquainted with them, you'll be very glad that they are. They are so helpful when riding. Not only do they make it super easy to make tight turns, but they assist you when carving. It is such a great feeling to throw the board out and be able to catch it and bring it back to center with the help of these deck flares. The wheels stick to the road when taking tight turns at high speeds, and I never felt like the board was going to slip out from underneath me. The combination of this flexi deck, the foam grip tape, and the soft wheels make this by far one of the most comfortable street electric skateboards. If you were to chuck on a set of cloud wheels, which is exactly what I'm going to do, it will be amazing. The question now is, do I keep the original Flex for nostalgia reasons, or do I say a sad goodbye and keep the new Flex ER? Let me know down in the comments what you think I should do. The remote is easy to use and the thumb wheel is very responsive. I didn't feel any jolting in the acceleration or the braking, and I always felt confident in the board. When I was testing at the top speed, I didn't once get any speed wobbles, nor did I even feel like the board was on the verge of getting them. Honestly, I'm astounded by the stability of these trucks and the bushings. I did my regular performance tests, however, it was really windy on the day, which has definitely affected the results, as you'll see in a minute. The top speed I hit was 25.8 miles per hour, or 41.6 kilometers an hour, which is just shy of the marketed top speed. However, that's expected considering my weight of 198 pounds or 90 kilos. The range, on the other hand, I only managed to get 14.2 miles, which is 22.8 kilometers. Initially, I was surprised and a little bit disappointed. However, I went back over the data and I saw that the route ended up being quite hilly. I rode really hard in speed mode 4 for most of it, and I did a lot of carving. All of that combined with my weight and the windy conditions brought my final range number down significantly. Now, I wasn't satisfied with the test because there were just way too many variables going on that day, so I went out the next day for a shorter ride at a more reasonable speed to see how that would affect the range. Because I was short on time, the plan was to ride for 15% of the battery usage and extrapolate the results to estimate the final range. This time around, I rode on only flat ground in speed mode 3, averaging around 15 kilometers an hour, and I got 4.2 miles, which is 6.8 kilometers. Now, doing some quick math by these numbers, I would have gotten bang on 28 miles or 45 kilometers. Now, I understand that's not a perfect test because batteries tend to perform better the closer they are to full, so the miles per watt hour at the end of the ride tends to be a bit less. I will do a complete range test in the future when I have time, but for now, that's kind of the best I've got. It's also good to see how much other factors can affect the total range of an electric skateboard. A small and often overlooked feature is the auto on-off feature, where you just turn the remote on, which turns the board on and you're ready to go. No more fumbling around underneath the deck trying to turn the board on. There is one change they made that I didn't like, and that was the removal of the LED lights around the power button on the board. On the original, you could click that power button once and the LEDs would light up to indicate how much battery was in the board without having to turn on the remote. That's no longer there, so now you do have to turn the remote on, which in turn powers the board on in order to see the battery level via the remote display. It's a small gripe, but something I will miss. Overall, Overall, the Flex ER is a fantastic electric skateboard. It's reliable, comfortable, and powerful. The Flex ER is a slight upgrade to the original Flex and comes in at the same starting price as the original was at the time of release. Now, the original is priced at $599 US, while the new Flex ER is $749 US. You can also get a nice little discount by using my code in the description below, which also helps me out. So thanks in advance for using it. For commuters, carvers, and cruisers, the Exway Flex ER is a great choice. That's it, that's my Exway Flex ER review. I hope I've helped you on your journey to find the best electric skateboard that's right for you. If I have, please like and subscribe so you can stay up to date with all the best electric skateboard reviews. Ride safe out there, eSkaters, and I'll see you soon.